Wife passionately kissed brain-damaged client. My, M27, wife, F31, is Chinese and we have been married for about 1.5 years now and living together in the UK for about 2 years. Since she obtained the right to work, she has been working as a domiciliary carer. This involves going to the houses of many different clients needing care for one reason or another. Usually her clients are old people, but since 2 months ago she has been repeatedly assigned a male, 31-year client who had sustained head trauma leaving him with mild brain damage. I won't go into the details, but he can still communicate perfectly well, albeit with a slight lack of control over what he lets slip out. I noticed my wife had become increasingly distant since seeing this guy and was starting to suspect she had some feelings for this guy. Today, whilst I was alone and helping her write an email for something interesting, I scratched the itch and checked her WhatsApp messages to this guy. What I found was her spilling her heart out to this guy and saying that sometimes she feels like she just wants to let the guy do to her what she knows he wants to do, i.e. fuck her, but is not sure if it will or won't ever happen. I then scroll down and find some pictures and videos of her sitting on a bench with this guy passionately kissing. She is his carer for fuck's sake, not to mention married. When I confronted her about this, she was trying to gaslight me into thinking she had good intentions. She said, "It's not as simple as you're making it out to be. I wanted the guy to have some good memories before he dies," in an angry, shouty tone. "I don't know what to do now and just wanted to talk to someone." The fact that she is unwilling to accept blame nor even apologize to me shows me how little she cares, so I'm thinking about just divorcing her no matter the financial fallout. The fucked up thing is I've been bending over backwards to help her. We have a house and I contribute 95% to the mortgage and living costs. Now she may get some of the house, my money, and I'll have to send her back to China. Please, can someone tell me I'm not crazy to be utterly devastated about this? This is shocking and should actually be reported to her work. Regardless of the fact you both are married, she's assigned to care for patients with brain damage and is taking advantage of them. Hope she enjoys the flight. Surely there must be an ethical standards type overseer agency that you can report this behavior to, as she's essentially taking advantage of someone in a vulnerable position. Does he have money perhaps? Call an immigration lawyer and discuss your options for annulment. Surely, given you've been married less than 2 years and having proof of her infidelity would change the storyline as to how much she can claim. That woman is using you as stepping stone to UK. Report her, call an immigration lawyer and file for divorce. Look for the best divorce lawyer so she will not get too much from you in the divorce. Your wife is a fucking gross predator. You need to report that to her work, and maybe the police, first and foremost. Then you should file for a divorce. I'm still pretty young and I've never been married, but I doubt that she would get any of your stuff due to adultery. Saw on her patient. Bumble date I, 24F, went on had marks on his 28M neck? Edit. Aviation sub confirmed he's lying about the jet fuel. He will be friendzone Thai. Hi guys, just went on a first date with a major airline pilot. Couldn't help but notice 2 big marks on his neck. They looked like hickeys. One of the side, one near his Adam's apple. I asked about them and he said that the person refueling the plane spilled type of jet fuel on him. I don't believe it, but I know nothing about planes, so I wanted to see what the consensus is here. Besides that, he also told me his entire life story but asked maybe 2 questions about me. Tried to get me to let him sleep over, littered, and kissed my forehead when saying goodbye. Is this not a lot for a first date? Why stop at friendzone? Why not just goodbye zone him? Lol, tears of joy, jet fuel. Wow. Airline pilots getting near to the dirt and grime of the oily fuel monkeys. Not a chance in that lady killer uniform. He's more likely been hosed down by cabin crew or the staff who service the aircraft between turnarounds. This is a red flag location flag situation, or in airline pilot language. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Seriously, I think you've dodged a bullet by giving this fly boy airspace x happy Sunday BTW. Me in community college mechanic class getting asked, "Where did those marks on your neck come from?" by my parents. Me. My classmates were messing around with the air tool hose and they stuck it on my neck. He isn't going to be anywhere near fueling the A, circa he's a pilot. Also, jet fuel dries the skin out and flakes. It's like a really bad sunburn. By the way, my opinion, definitely don't date. He's a shitty liar and tacky to boot. Next. Do I let my husband tell my friend's fiance she cheated? I've known my 28 female Friend Erin, 29 female, since middle school. I've recently stopped enjoying her company because she has turned into a very vain person and has started copying every single thing that is unique about me. My hobbies, interests, restaurants I go to, exact workout routines, even down to my employer. It is extremely frustrating and it feels like she is constantly trying to compete with me or fish for compliments. Pretty exhausting. Anyway, she recently told me that she cheated on her fiancé of 7 years with a coworker. Slept with him 3x over a short period of time. She is honestly pretty proud of herself and told me that she has zero remorse and doesn't plan on ever telling her fiancé. They plan to buy a house together early next year. Her fiancé is a great person that has always treated her well and been friendly with me. Last week I hung out with her, probably for the last time for a while, and tried to convince her again to tell her fiancé and told her that I'd never be comfortable around him again. She told me to just put it out of my mind like she could. She said that she could forgive herself for one time and anything else would be wrong, wasn't one time. And it's still terrible either way. I told my husband and he wants to create a fake account or tell one of his friends to anonymously tell her fiancé so that he doesn't waste his life with her. I am torn because I don't feel like it's our place to involve ourselves in her business, but it's also terrible for her fiancé that he will never know she's a cheater otherwise. My husband thinks I'm condoning her behavior if I don't let him tell, especially since I haven't been wanting to be her friend anymore for other reasons as of late. Do I allow him to somehow tell the fiancé and risk it coming back to me and starting drama and losing other long-term friends from our friend group? Your husband is right. Why are you protecting a friend you don't even get along with anymore? You know the right thing to do. He needs to know. You'll probably save his life if you tell him, metaphorically speaking. Just imagine buying a house with someone who has cheated on you. Wouldn't you want to know if you were him? He would be even more devastated if he found out after he bought a house with her. And he will find out eventually. The truth always comes out sooner or later. Yes, she might suspect it's you, but you don't like her anyway, so what have you got to lose? It might not be your business, but it's the right thing to do. If I were your husband, I would be side-eyeing you heavily. Because I would be wondering just how much you accept when it comes to cheating. And whether I was next. You should realize this before your husband doesn't like the person he sees. Don't even need to read it. Yeah, he has to tell him. People will say, it's not your business, fuck that soon as you know. It's your business because you know damn well if your boyfriend or husband was cheating on you would want someone to tell you instead of letting you continue be cheated. And I doubt she's gonna stop after they marry. If the roles were reversed, would you want to know? Let that be your moral compass. Maybe he wouldn't want to know, but all you can do is act with your best integrity and do right by people the best way you know how. Seriously questioning your morals if you think not telling him is better. You say it's terrible yet do nothing to help the poor guy who could have his life ruined because you might lose friends. If they side with a piece of trash cheater, do you want them as friends? I'd be questioning things if I was your partner. Is a relationship ever salvageable after cheating? My boyfriend confessed to me that he had cheated on me before, because he couldn't take the guilt anymore. He's really apologetic, says he'll do anything for me to forgive him and not leave him, it won't ever happen again, etc., etc. We talked a lot, and I believe he is sorry and wants to change. My question is, has anyone experienced fulfillment in their relationship after healing from cheating? And how exactly does a couple heal from cheating? The advice of cutting my losses and breaking up with him breaks my heart when I love him so much and I believe he could change. But at the same time, how would I know if I'm being stupid or naive? The fear of staying with him for the long term and then finding out years down the line that he is still cheating is eating me alive. Opening parenthesis. All I'm gonna say is this. Reread what his reasoning was for telling you. Because he couldn't take the guilt anymore. He is making it about himself. He did not tell you right away, only when it started to make him upset. One day you will find a man who wouldn't ever even dream of cheating on you. Better to start looking for that man now than later. Once a cheater, always a cheater, you deserve better. I'm still with a partner that cheated. I'd say the relationship is irretrievably broken though. I mean, they're saying all the right things, but saying stuff will only get you so far. I'd walk away if I were you. I think it's really dependent on the people. I couldn't forgive and move past it, but this post is about you and only you know the answer. Staying in a relationship after cheating is just sad. You will never be able to fully trust him ever again. You will never forget what he did to you, betrayal, lies, cheating, etc. And you will feel like the love isn't pure anymore. It's just bad. Personally, I don't think a relationship is salvageable after cheating. He will just do it again because he knows you will forgive him. X. Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. I don't think you can cheat on a person you truly love. Should you leave or stay is really just a question of how much self-worth you have. Emo.